Hello, my friends. The moment basketball card collectors have been waiting for so long is finally here, and I'm here to break down all the juicy details. I'm going to start with an overview of the product. Now, this is the first time since the 2009-10 season with Steph Curry rookies that Topps has the licensing for this product, and they are kicking it off with a bang. As you can see, Cooper Flagg is the cover boy, and this is a hobby box. You get one autograph or relic in a hobby. Topps is using the same design that they use in the baseball, so there's some continuity in between products. One of the main things that you can look forward to is a golden mirror card. Now, Topps came up with these a couple years back to kind of replace the SSP, the super short print release. And a golden mirror is an image variation of a card that has a golden back to it and a different image on the front. These are super collectible, and they fall 1 in 398 hobby packs, 1 in 101 jumbo packs. They also have the 1-of-1 first card parallel. Now, this is the very first card off of the production line. Super rare, super collectible. You can see down here a 101. And it says first card. One of the exclusives to the hobby format is the player number variation that you can see here. You can only pull these out of hobby boxes, and I'm going to touch on the different kinds of cards, inserts, and parallels that you can get in each particular format, because that's going to be important to inform your decision on if you're going to buy wax, like which format to buy. There are a lot of different autographs you can get out of here featuring the best rookies and young players and stars, future Hall of Famers. You can see here that Wembanyama's got an autograph and Cooper Flagg has exclusive autos in the product as well. This is the 1980-81 Topps design. Here's a list of additional autographs you can get. Some autographs you can pull out of retail, some you can pull out of hobby. I'm going to touch on all that. There are also dual rookie autos and triple autographs. You could imagine pulling this one. A handful of different relics as well, both game used and player worn. A ton of different inserts. There are inserts that are exclusive to hobby boxes and jumbo boxes. And there are also inserts that are retail exclusive. And within the retail exclusives, there are exclusives to different formats as well. Here are a list of all the parallels. And yes, there are a lot of them. But a lot of the parallels are, they have special ones per format. Like hobby and jumbo have their own parallels. Retail has its own parallels. And within the retail, there are different formats that you can only get certain things. For example, Diamante only comes out of hanger boxes. Diamantes are bangers. There's an old saying in the hobby, hangers are bangers, and the Diamante parallels are gorgeous. Sand glitter is an exclusive parallel in jumbo box. This replaces the old gold foil with a different speckle kind of parallel. You can get both base sand glitters and the blue SSPs, which you get, it looks like 1 to 2 per hobby box. If you're fortunate enough to have a Costco near you, they have the Crackle Board exclusives. There's little packs within the super box, and they only contain Crackle Board parallels. And the base Crackle Board is pretty common, but the numbered parallels are going to be collectible. Target actually has its own exclusive blaster boxes. They're Black Friday blasters, and these things are going to be fire. There are exclusive inserts and parallels within these. The Blackout parallel, Cartload, and more. The Victory super short prints are hobby exclusives. The information I just showed you is available on the Beckett. Just type in a Google search 2025-26 Topps basketball checklist. This is the place I go to for the different checklists. You can see down here, they have a nice format where you can click on just the base checklist, autographs, memorabilia, inserts, the full checklist, and you can sort it by team as well. This is really handy if you're into breaks. You can see all the different cards for each individual team. Another good resource is Topps Ripped. So if you want to dive in a little bit deeper, Topps Ripped has a bunch of really good information. You can see right here, this is the home court parallel. This kind of is a play on the home field advantage for baseball cards. It's got the same look and design to it. It's kind of like a replacement to the downtown. I actually like these better than downtown. They're very, very collectible, not super tough to pull, but they are really desirable, especially to gem up because it's a foil look to it. The initial release is going to have 4 formats: hobby boxes, jumbo, mega, and value boxes. And I'm going to break down each format and tell you what the best bang for your buck is. But initially, we're talking hobby for autographs and super short prints. Jumbo, you get more cards, extra hits, guaranteed autograph and relic. Mega boxes, you get a bunch of color and variety. And value boxes are supposedly the budget way to go. This is what a jumbo box looks like, and this is going to be a really nice format. This is the mega box. Here's the value box. They've got a bunch of different case hits as well. They went ham on the inserts, and I love it. I love a good basketball insert, and there are so many different chase inserts. Tough ones to pull too. So it's not like they're just loaded with all kinds of different inserts. There are the easy inserts, and then there are the hard inserts, and the hard inserts are going to be really awesome. We don't have a ton of looks, but we do have a few. This is one of the biggest chases of the whole release, the debut patch. They debuted the debut patch in baseball cards last year, and it's an actual patch from a player's very first game. It looks like that, and it's a 1/1 with an autograph on there. Highly collectible. Another look at the Cooper Flag auto and the triple. Here's a look at the Rise to Stardom insert and the checklist. MVP Vault. Woven Wonders relics look really nice, a lot of color. And now for some of the top rookies to chase. In basketball, there's usually a really heavy leaning on like the #1 pick, which is Cooper Flag. This is a generational talent that everybody's been looking forward to collecting. But there's actually like a good solid top 6 in Cooper Flag. Dylan Harper for the Spurs, VJ Edgecombe for the 76ers, the Baylor product. The Hornets drafted Con Kneppel, and he's out of Duke. The Jazz went with Ace Bailey, another highly touted prospect. And the Wizards with Trey Johnson. This is the top 6 that I'm looking out for. Another important resource for you to check out is the Topps odds sheet. Now, this is a vast sheet. There's so much in this product. It's super overwhelming. If you were just to look at this, you're probably not going to go much further than looking at all these numbers, and it can be really confusing, but I did the work for you. So we're going to look at some exclusives. We're going to look at the best odds. I break them down on a value sheet so you can know which format is the best. This is a mini version of the value sheet that I just started out. But let's first talk about exclusives. So as you can see here, over in this column, we've got hobby boxes and jumbo boxes, and the rainbow parallels only come out of hobby and jumbo boxes right here. So those are exclusives. It's like a rainbow foil, but different colors. The wood design you can get out of every format. We talked about sand glitter. Those exclusively come out of jumbo boxes. And then there's the holofoils. Holofoils come out of every different retail format. You can see right here. There's a bunch of them. Holofoils are going to be fun pulls that kind of make the retail products just feel a little bit better from a ripping standpoint. And then we've got hanger boxes over here. Okay, so you'll see that there's 2 different kinds of boxes. You can kind of disregard that. It's essentially the same exact odds. There may be like a very subtle difference here and there, but don't worry about that. Hanger boxes, like we talked about, have the Diamante parallels, and they're gorgeous. Hanger boxes are going to be a really fun rip. Value boxes have their own exclusives too. This is the season tip-off. And we talked about the Costco super boxes. Those have exclusive crackle board parallels. Now this is where it gets crazy because there are a ton of inserts that you can only get out of hobby and jumbo boxes. First of all, the Daily Dribble. These appear to be like 1 per hobby, roughly. There's New School, and that's the same. It's like 1 out of 26, so roughly 1 per hobby box. Then there's Levitation. Now we're getting a little more difficult. These are roughly every other hobby box. No Limit is going to be a common one, 1 in 10 packs. Stars of NBA, you're going to get a couple of those per hobby box. And all of these that we're talking about is hobby boxes and jumbo, but I'm just using the hobby box pack odds. Rise to Stardom, you get about 1 per hobby box. And there are parallels on all these too. I'm just talking about the base ones, but all these inserts have different parallels you can get, and they're pretty tough, so they're going to be quite collectible. MVP Vault, 1 out of 161. Now we're talking. It's going to be more like a case hit, and this is what the MVP Vault looks like. Cosmic Court is going to be a banger. Tougher than a case hit. Also, Home Court, another banger. 1 out of 2,400 hobby packs. Sonic Boom and Soul Ambition are only available in retail products, and they are super tough pulls. Back to hobby exclusives. Marks of Excellent. Tough pull, 1 out of 203. Contemporary Marks, 1 out of 134. Another pretty tough pull. And then there's Havoc Marks. These are going to be even more. I mean, this is a really tough pull. 1 out of 2,700 packs. Rise to the Occasion Relics only come out of hobby and jumbo. Those are 1 in 316. And it looks like they made Own the Game. Pretty tough pull. 1 out of 202. Case hit. Rookie Round Ball Remnants only available hobby and jumbo. 1 out of 352. Pretty tough. Now we're getting into the common ones. The common inserts seem to come out of retail. We've got 8-bit ballers, Generation Now, Power Players. All these are really common. Clutch City Prospects, a little bit more difficult, but still pretty common. Then there's some autograph exclusives only out of retail. Top-notch signatures. Tough pull, 1 out of 730. These are value box odds. New applicants autographs, 1 out of 420. I'm not sure. If I had to guess, I would think that these would be more sticker autographs coming out of the retail. Signed and sealed. Now, this is going to be a tough one. 1 out of 2,158, but that appears to be an autograph. Franchise fabrics are the relics that come out of... Franchise fabrics are the relics that come out of retail boxes, 1 out of 141. And then swish and stitch relics. I wonder if that's a piece of a basketball in there and maybe a jersey. I'm not sure. Or it's maybe something like that. 1 out of 482. And then woven wonders relics, 1 out of 853. This is going to be one of the toughest relic pulls out of retail. You can also see that the Black Friday Target boxes don't have franchise fabrics, swish and stitch, or woven wonders. So there's a little bit of give and take between each format. Okay, now we're to every single format has the rookie photo shoot autographs and flagship real ones. And we're going to go over the odd sheet in just a minute to show you which format is best to pull all of these different things. Every format has the 80-81 Topps basketball rookie auto. So that's good. Okay, now we're going to get into the Target exclusive boxes because there's a whole lot that comes out of this and only this. First of all, limited stock legends. And then there's like the parallels of each of these. So limited stock legends also has a surge parallel, flash drop, cartload, cyber circuit, doorbusters, and then there's another insert. It's a scan and slam, and it also has the unique parallels: surge, flash drop, cartload, etc. So those two were the easy ones. But then we've got retail rush, which is going to be a real difficult pull, 1 in 1,600. And then the store exclusive relics, 1 in 381. So there are exclusive relics that you can get out of here. You may be missing some of the other base relics that you can get out of every format, but the Black Friday boxes have their own with their own parallels. And finally, the retail ripper relics as well, 1 in 293. So it looks like the two that they're missing, they made up for with their own exclusive relics. The Costco boxes have their own oversized Topps cards. It's the only place you can get those oversized cards. They've got big box ballers as well, the Costco exclusives. Then you can come to the blackout. So base blackout comes from the Target exclusives. And I'm thinking that this is going to be a parallel, like a blackout parallel, 1 in 2 packs. The Target boxes look amazing. I can't wait to see how much they are. I imagine they're the same price as like a value box. And these are probably going to get gobbled up. People are going to be fighting over these. Let's not forget about flagship real one, Spike Lee autograph. These appear to be like super low numbered. I mean, up here you can see flagship real one, the gold rainbow, 1 in 344,000. So not many of these exist. Super tough pulls. It'll be really interesting. I mean, the 101 is 1 in 17 million hobby packs. That's crazy, first of all, to know that that many exist. Now we're going to talk about the value sheet. So I've only got 4 formats in here right now because these are the only boxes that I have prices for, and I need the prices to break down the pack odds. So first of all, these numbers are going to change. I'll try to update this on a regular basis, but if you like the video so far, please join my Patreon group, join the Slammer tier. It's how I can afford to do this. I've spent so many hours on this. The value sheets are going to be available to the Slammers on Patreon, so you can access this anytime you want. If you're thinking about a different format you want to buy, I'll try to keep it updated as more releases come out because we definitely are going to have more. The hanger boxes are going to be a big one. Fanatics boxes as well. And the Costco boxes and also the Target exclusives. I'm going to add them to this list and we're going to keep going along. And as the prices change, I'll try to make another video too to show you the different prices. But first of all, hobby boxes. Roughly $225 on the market right now. Jumbos, if you can find them. The only place I could find them was actually on eBay. You're going to pay a premium because you got to pay sales tax and shipping usually on there. And those are about $375. Value boxes, $35 roughly, and megas, $65. Now, if the values drop, if they're like 30, it's going to change things. But the megas right now, as I can tell, are 35. And one of the only places right now that has any of this stuff is Steel City Collectibles. Like right here, we've got the mega box. This is an important one that we need to figure out exactly what's going on with these mega boxes. 14 cards per pack, 16 packs per box. 14 cards, 16 packs. It's working out to be like 29 cents a card. So while the value boxes are supposed to be the best value, they are not. You can see right here, the blaster box, 35 bucks, 12 cards per pack, 7 packs per box. And the very first takeaway is value boxes are not value. They're not the best value right now, and I would pretty much avoid them. Now I'm going to open up a few on the channel, but if you have a choice, buy the mega box. So green is good, red is bad. And you can see at 29 cents per card, by far the best value, but dollar per card is not the best way to determine like the best format. It's dollar per parallel, dollar per hit, etc. Now, if you want the best dollar per hit, you got to go jumbo. You can see I blacked out where you cannot get a particular parallel. And I didn't go over every single thing on that odd sheet. That's ridiculous, at least not yet. But just as a general overview, I mean, it's the mega box. Mega boxes are the way to go. So the rainbow foils are the exclusive for hobbies and jumbos. And then you actually can get a wood parallel out of every format. And the hollow foils are the exclusives out of value and mega box. And, you know, typically I don't think there's that much of a difference in price between, say, a purple hollow and a purple rainbow foil. They're roughly the same. But the one thing that's different is it is much harder to pull the hollows. Like purple hollow is 1 in 396 value packs. And you can compare that to like a purple rainbow, it's 1 in 69. So the value right there, $776 to pull a purple rainbow versus $1,980 to pull a purple hollow. So from a value standpoint, the way to go would be if you're interested in just basically trying to pull as many parallels as you can. Like if you're looking for that Cooper flag and you want to pull a parallel, no matter what kind, whether it's a rainbow foil or a gold or whatever, probably retail. Now look at the golds, because the golds are the easiest to pull, highest value card that you can get. It's a very collectible card. There's only 2,025 of each gold that exists. And the best way is out of a super box, but the second best way is out of a jumbo. There might be something wrong with these odds, because it seems very strange that it says 1 out of 87 packs for a gold, and it's just way off from everything else. So I'm not really sure if that's right. But come down here to golden mirrors, and you can see the price is roughly the same. I mean, it's pretty close across the different formats, but the best way to pull one per dollar is going to be out of a mega box. Same as the rookie photo shoot autographs. And the flagship real ones. You would think that the best way to pull it would be out of a jumbo box because you're guaranteed an autograph. But technically the best dollar per rookie photo shoot auto is out of a mega. Same as a flagship real one. Same as an 80/81 autograph. And All Kings is going to be a super collectible card. And the best ways out of a mega. Hardwood Stars. Tough Parallel. Best ways out of a mega. Team Color Border. Best ways out of a mega. Even the first card, which is that 101 first card off of the printer, the best ways out of a mega. Sure, it's going to cost you $500,000 to pull one, but you could get lucky and just buy one box and get it. The next thing I want to touch on is how many of some of these inserts and parallels actually exist. And I use Chasing Majors as a reference. They might not be accurate on every single thing, but at least I don't have to do all the work myself. I can use their numbers. First of all, let's talk about, these are some of the unnumbered parallels. And I just want to know how many there are. Like, for example, Victory, exclusive out of hobby, right? There's only about 400 of each card that exist. Sand Glitter, 1,100 of each. Those are jumbo exclusives. And the blues, 376. So that's another reason to get a jumbo. Diamante, it appears that they're going to make a ton of the hanger boxes because 30,000 base Diamantes of each player. We can do some quick math. There are 300 cards on the checklist times there's 30,000 of each. 30,000 of each equals 9 million total Diamantes. And you probably get 2 per hanger box. So you can divide that by 2. 4.5 million hanger boxes. Does that sound right? I feel like that number should be 3,000, because if the pink Diamantes, like look at this. If the pink Diamante, there's only 300 of them and they're 1 in 10, shouldn't there only be like actually 6,000? Oh, it says you get 1 per hanger. I don't know if that's right. 1 Diamante. I feel like there's a couple per hanger, but I think this number should be like 3,000 or maybe 6,000 instead of 30,000. It's okay. Season tip-offs, these are, you can also figure out how many blaster boxes they've made in total, because the print run, you get 1 in 3 blaster packs of season tip-offs, and if there's about 7,800. Topps foil patterns, so there's about 2,400 of these. Now, there are going to be Fanatics boxes that are only available on Fanatics.com, And these are special parallels you can get, and there's one in every single pack. So this is probably going to be one of the best ways to pull a parallel. Holofoils, 30,000 base holofoils. Aqua holofoils, only about 200 of those. And then the pinks, 850. Crackle boards come out of the super boxes, about 5,000 of each. Here's an interesting one. Team color border variation, only about 250 of each player. Now, if you're curious, the 8081 autograph checklist appears that there's only about 150 of each of those per player. And the checklist is fairly small too. It's not like this huge checklist. There's only 44 cards on it. And then there's the rookies. There's only 40 cards on the rookie checklist, only about 150 of those as well. The triples, there's only about 10 of each of those. And the triple autographs are just the best rookies. Okay, now the tough inserts, Havoc marks. Only 100 of those of each player exist. Those are 1 in 2,700. So Havoc marks is going to be super collectible. Marks of Excellence, 800. So there's a lot more of those, and they're much easier to pull. Own the Game is one of the medium tough to pull, like not tough, but not easy. There's about 500 of those that exist of each player. Now for the inserts. All Kings, only 250 of each player. Those are really tough pulls. They come out of every format, but roughly 1 in 2,800 packs. Class of 25, even tougher, only 250 of each of those. Here's the Fanatics Authentic Redemption. Out of the Fanatics boxes, it's the only place you can get a redemption for a piece of memorabilia, autographed piece of memorabilia from one of these players. Hardwood Stars, tough pull, about 500 of each of those. Home Court, only about 250. Remember, Home Court only comes out of hobby and jumbo boxes. Limited stock Legends, these are the Black Friday blasters, only 250. Soul Ambition, only 200 of those. Sonic Boom, it says 1,500 of these, but man, that's a tough pull. Looks like it's a retail short print, 1 in 1,900. Somehow there's 1,500 of these that exist. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. I hope you got some valuable information. I want to be your go-to resource for education, information, and entertainment about Topps basketball cards. Consider joining my Patreon group. Link is in the description below. Become a slammer. Support the channel. Thanks for watching.